Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Ashton Nebula, and welcome to another reaction and analysis video. Today we're going to be looking at Call of Duty Vanguard Zombies for the first time. I don't know if I'm going to buy the game or not. That really just depends on how good this looks. I've been a huge fan of Call of Duty Zombies since the beginning, with the exception of Infinite Warfare and ASM1 Battlefare's Zombies. I'm more of a fan of the Treyarch side of things, to be certain. But today we're going to be looking at Sledgehammer's next attempt at zombies, which Treyarch is heavily involved in developing. This is going to be a longer video considering it's 14 and a half minutes for a first look. So we don't just get a trailer, might get goddamn gameplay. But without further ado, let's jump into this. Nice.
Our partners at Sledgehammer Games have already revealed Call of Duty Vanguard's immersive campaign and intense multiplayer, all set in World War II. And now, keeping true to our zombies.
That's the World at War Zombies theme. Like, that background music is definitely World at War.
Nature, Treyarch is back for another round. Studio responsible for bringing zombies to Call of Duty more than a decade ago returns to World War II, and Sledgehammer Games is Vanguard, setting the stage for a new zombies experience. Black Ops Cold War offered the team at Treyarch the opportunity to introduce players to the Dark Ether storyline, beginning with the opening the Dark Ether gateway at Project End Station. And now, prepare to face a new type of evil, meet new allies, and make new enemies. Prepare for a gameplay experience that gets you to the fun faster, all wrapped in a brand new dimension of zombies. In Vanguard, we're introducing a brand new zombies experience and a franchise-first crossover that builds on the Dark Ether universe. And today, our team will share more about the story, the lore, core gameplay, weapons, and characters that will define the next chapter in the Zombies saga.
Cool.
But first, let's whet our appetites with the world premiere, the new Zombies gameplay trailer.
Oh, let's do it, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited. Oh, hello.
Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List. You are the instrument of my revenge.
Very Black Ops 4.
Army of the dead. But our enemies have allies from beyond this mortal realm.
Our strength is yours.
We are joined now.
What the fuck?
Children, yield or die.
Oh, and we got a Billie Eilish song.
When we all fall asleep, what do we do?
Come in.
What is it exactly?
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of like Black Ops 4. That's Shino Numa. What the hell? Okay, that's an MG42. I love that. Yo, did they just decide to say, hey, let's put Black Ops 4 and fucking Wolfenstein together?
Bury the hatchet or bury your friend right now.
Oh, what the fuck?
A new chapter of warfare is about.
It's Big Roll!
I wanna end me.
Oh, they decided to throw a Big Roll from Destiny 2 in it.
Arthur Kingsley.
Oh, it's hilarious.
The team at Treyarch is pulling out all the stops to tell a new, brutal story that expands and explores the unsettling world of the Dark Ether. It's a story.
This, I love the cinematics already, chat. It's so good. This reminds me a lot of the Battlefield 1 map, multiplayer map. Oh God, I forget what it was called, but it's one of the more like popular maps, or at least was.
Story that longtime players will appreciate, but one that will be easy for new players to pick up and play. In addition to being canon, it's an experience that immerses and innovates on the core Treyarch zombie.
Okay, so M1 Garand, or yeah, that's not a Garand, that's a carbine. Can't.
Gameplay.
Looks like a Garand.
This is Darren Fung.
Darren Fung.
With Darren Fung exploring the mystical and the occult, it was important to convey.
Okay, so they totally got rid of the whole Nazism in video games altogether, unless you were playing like Wolfenstein. They're using the Iron Cross again in Vanguard. It seems like Sledgehammer is definitely sticking World War II for their shooters, which isn't a terrible thing. I wonder why they don't include the swastika anymore. Maybe it's just a sign of the times. I don't know.
An unsettling and brutal feel to the world.
Sightlines will be obscured by piles of dead corpses from
Sightlines will be obscured by the fog rolling in.
Soviet and German soldiers, and it all comes to life.
Okay, so it's Stalingrad.
In Vanguard's epic World War II setting.
With Vanguard Zombies, we really tried to bring a new experience for all types of different players, from current players and really to getting new players into the zombies ecosystem, right? Cold War brought Outbreak, and we've really taken the best mechanics, smashed it together, and created Vanguard Zombies.
Adios, Adolf! Yeah, in World War II, they actually did have bombs that had writings on it like that. That's actually fucking hilarious.
This mortal realm.
It's cool that they brought that in.
So Darren Fung, the beginning. It's the start of a new Treyarch Dark Ether zombie story.
The events of Black Ops Cold War brought an end to one storyline. The events of Vanguard represent a new arc. Zombies players have witnessed the catastrophic outcome, the science experiments.
Who do we have? Who are those characters?
Project Endstation.
Project Endstation was a Nazi particle accelerator that punched a hole through the dimensional veil and gave us access to the Dark Ether, where these 5 otherworldly artifacts come from, each one linked to a powerful Dark Ether entity.
There is Hortifex the Deathless, Syraxis the Shadow, Nordicus the Conqueror, Invictor the Destroyer, and...
So, we have Fickrel. That's the first one. His name is now Fickrel, and we will call him as such because it is Fickrel. Treyarch is playing way too much Destiny.
LLEKAR the Warlock. These Dark Ether entities bind their powers to our human operators through artifacts crafted in the Dark Ether, each granting unique abilities like Frostblast and Ring of Fire.
Now, anyone who touches them forms a symbiotic bond with a Dark Ether entity. It's almost like being possessed, except the entities can't control their hosts. They can only offer guidance and their powers.
Exposure to the Dark Ether also allowed the Nazis to expand their research into dark magic.
Enter Oberfuhrer Wolfram von List, a ruthless officer in command of an SS battalion called Die Wahrheit.
What?
This was the group that plundered antiquities from around the world. Von List forced top experts to help him, explorers, historians, and a demonologist named Gabriel Kraft. Professor Kraft's deep knowledge of the occult ultimately led Von List to these artifacts. Von List bonds with the most powerful entity of them all, Hortifex the Deathless. This former lord of the Dark Ether grants him the ability to raise the dead. And that's why a year...
Hortifex it's Fickrel! It's Fickrel! It's Fickrel the Scorn, dude. Come on now. This fucking German scientist is Aldrin Sav. Am I gonna see Ribbon? Are we gonna see Sabathun in this game?
Year after their worst defeat, Von List takes Die Wahrheit back to Stalingrad. And he's going to
Oh,
raise
see, I
an
told you it
undead
was
army,
Stalingrad.
march them across Europe, and annihilate the Allied forces.
The zombies are undead bodies from the past war at the Eastern Front.
Professor Kraft sends out a distress call. That call is answered by Vanguard Special Forces operators. But they end up trapped inside a barrier erected by Cortifex to seal off Stalingrad. They can't call for reinforcements. But they have Professor Kraft's expert guidance and their own unmatched combat skills. And 4 Dark Ether entities willing to bond with them and share their powers.
They do this in the interest of defeating Cortifex, the Deathless.
While these entities may be helping humans, players will find out that they have their own agendas.
It's an unlikely team-up, but it's our only shot at keeping the Third Reich from winning World War II.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun designing the different objective environments. Each location has a very distinct look and feel to the play space, so that no 2 areas will feel similar.
As players explore the realm of Dark Ether magic against the backdrop of Stalingrad, they'll encounter
Stalingrad
shrines,
with
rituals,
Wehrmacht, Iron Crosses.
With so many different elements in play, it was important to establish unique visuals.
It's an
It is a
alternative
look that
storyline.
feels more
Don't look too
grounded,
much more into
something
it.
you can have nightmares about.
Okay.
The occult was something they really wanted to touch. It has so many different variables, like summoning portals, blood rituals,
hanging skulls,
Black Ops 3.
seances.
When it comes to zombie types, we run the gamut.
We have your basic grunt zombie.
And we also have our heavies.
These big guys who carry around miniguns, and those are the Sturmkriegers, or Storm Warriors. They are really hard to bring down, and it's hard to avoid them when they shoot. We also
You could have just said Panzer Soldat with an attitude.
have something called the Boomschreier, which means boom screamer in German.
These are zombies that will run real quick and explode in contact.
It's a wide
It's a
variety
scrab!
of threats, and they all start to pile up as you get further in rounds.
Approaching their own fun was important for us to stay true to our lineage while also building something brand new.
You'll find all of the classics, right? Pack-a-Punch, mystery box, crafting table.
But there's a lot we're doing different this time too.
The runes are something new in Vanguard.
Black Ops
Dark Ether
2
rune magic
Origins.
is the thing that the Dark Ether entities use
Don't
to
tell me
manifest their
runes are new.
powers. That winds up being very important as the story plays out.
We tried really hard to make
Okay, that's
it
a little bit
accessible
new.
for new players.
It's super easy to jump in and get started, right? You don't need to know anything about previous zombie experiences to enjoy this. Spawn into the
It's essentially kill confirmed. But at least zombie players know how to play the fucking objective.
map with your friends.
This is from Soviet
What?
and German soldiers.
You'll find all of the classics, right? Pack-a-Punch, mystery box, crafting table.
Really hard to make it accessible for new players.
It's super easy to jump in and get started, right? You don't need to know anything about previous zombie experiences to enjoy this. Spawn into the map with your friends, jump into a portal.
I mean, that's just Call of
do an
Duty. It's an
objective.
arcade shooter.
You're in it. That's you playing, and you're playing successfully.
Sturmgewehr.
From casual to
MP40.
the hardcore, there's enough for you to dive into.
In Vanguard, we get
M1
players right into
Garands.
the action so they can start blasting away.
Fighting zombies is the core
Mosin
of this
Nagant.
mode, and it's what all our fans love doing, and we give you plenty of ways to do that.
MP40.
Players start the game in the snowy graveyard of Stalingrad.
The
Yes,
forward
we-
operating base of our allied operators
Shino
in
Nima.
Anfang. Here, the players have access to many of the upgrade machines they will need in the battles
How do you
ahead.
go from
However,
Stalingrad
players can't
to
get too comfortable
an
here
atoll in
because
Japan?
Stalingrad is still inhabited by roaming zombies.
The area is relatively confined, but as you complete objectives, the map opens up, offering access
gone?
to other powerful upgrades like the perk fountains.
Perk fountains?
As players complete these various
Black
challenges,
Ops
they
4.
will open up the forward operating base to new threats and opportunities. Your Dark Ether enemies grow in power with each new objective, so you'll need all the help you can get. That means using traditional methods like buying perks and upgrading your weapons at the Pack-a-Punch, but we're also adding a new means of gaining power through the Altar of Covenants.
Altar
A
of
brand new
Dark
system
Souls.
to zombies that randomizes every time you come back from an objective what you can purchase with a nasty sacrificial heart.
Which can be exchanged
Not
at
Dark
the
Souls.
Altar of Covenants for one of 3 random upgrades. Choose from power-ups like Ammo Gremlin, which reloads non-equipped weapons over time, or Brain Rot, to turn zombies into allies.
Okay. It's a Destiny perk. It's hand cannon holster or fucking gun holster. Melee attacks do more damage and heal you. Okay, so you got vampirism. Brain rot's no longer. Okay, brain rot works like that now. Dead critical return mulligan or rewind rounds. Oh, that's not mulligan. That's rewind rounds. Firefly. Successful shots the same deal more damage. Okay.
Or unholy ground.
Unholy ground deal more damage when shooting while stationary, so firmly planted. Mother load, a small chance to keep equipment after using it. I like the D20. Deal more damage to slowed or stun enemies. Thank you, Stasis.
For those times when you really need to hold your position. Step one is always, what gun do you have? Because those will all play very differently with the Covenants.
I think players are going to find that when they pair up with a different Dark Ether entity, it feels like a completely distinct experience.
So you're just combining your guns, your Covenants, your equipment, the things you're finding in the
so
world.
Armor
you can
is
have
coming
freedom
back.
to be in a cool place that would never exist in the real world.
It's a different
That's what
region
video games
with
are.
different inhabitants, and in turn, different gameplay elements.
And with Vanguard Zombies, we're bringing that in spades.
Moving to the world of the occult provided plenty of inspiration around the visual identity of the game, and it helped us shape the way we think about the map design.
We built Zombies on the same engine as Vanguard. We wanted to make this unified with the rest of the game, while still have its own identity that is more of a fantasy look.
Players will battle across the rooftops of Hotel Royale on a rainy night in Paris. They'll fight at the base of a massive burning windmill in Merville, which was actually part of the Normandy invasion. And they'll find themselves in the classic swamps of Shinonuma, which is a truly eerie setting that our longtime fans will be familiar with.
That's
Dark Ether
Takio.
Magic has allowed the team to really bubble up some interesting new ideas that we have not explored in past Zombies experiences.
The different objectives you're tasked with really alter how the player experiences the various environments.
There's an objective called Blitz, which takes inspiration from that holdout style gameplay of just surviving, but this time you're taking the fight to them.
In Harvest, you hunt zombies who drop runestones that you can collect. Players must then deposit these into an obelisk called the Sin Eater. In Transmit, you'll escort a floating zombie head as it seeks weaknesses in the dimensional barrier to the Dark Ether. These different challenges and eerie environments with dark settings help the player feel enveloped in Cortifex's grasp, and we can't wait for our fans to experience it.
They were like,
Darun
let's throw Fickrel into the game and let's make sure that we make it somewhat of our own. They looked at a bunch of, hey bro, can we copy your homework? Sure, make it a little bit different.
Everything post-launch is going to bring new twists, new stories, new characters, brand new gameplay. And it's all part of Vanguard's advanced global progression system featuring player and weapon leveling, plus Battle Pass system integration.
Wow, you
this
actually
is a whole new way
did
to
something.
Experience zombies. Welcome to Call of Duty Vanguard. Their unfound awaits.
Interesting. Mission District 40. Stormgewehr, Mosnagan. I'm surprised they didn't throw Thompson in there. November 5th, eh? Holy shit! That's pretty close. That is really close. Alright, cool. Let me backtrack through this, see if I can't see anything really cool. I know we saw the MG42. What gun was this? That's an interesting looking one. What the fuck is that? Okay, it's got a... What the flying fuck is this? Obviously MP40. Got some shotguns there. That sounded like a wonder weapon. Ren gun. Dude, don't tell me that's not Takio. It's got his fucking sword and... Why are they bringing back the older characters? Or do you think they're just player models?
Bury the hatchet or bury your friend right now.
It's so interesting. He's got a belt. Shoot the belt. Shoot the belt. Shoot it. Kill it like he's Wolnir. Everything dies. He'll implode.
A new chapter of warfare.
Oh no, that's just an artifact. Could you imagine that's actually how you kill the guy, is like shooting his belt or shooting something shiny on him? Be like, oh, so you're just Wolnir. You're a mix between Uldren Sov and Wolnir. Interesting. Oh, shit. I love comparing video games to other video games, even though it doesn't make sense, too. It's gonna be kind of fun to see. I'm gonna wait to buy this one, honestly. But this map looks like a ton of fun. Tell me what you guys think. And if you're getting the game, let me know. See you in the next video. Adios.